Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Thanksgiving holiday out there to everybody watching here this Friday night. Thanks for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. We are going to have an all-star race for the Bump and Run Super Late Model Series coming up momentarily, but right now, while these drivers are qualifying, we're going to go play the national anthem when we come back. Some great race action coming your way, so stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Friday night. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and coming at you here tonight, the Bump and Run Friday Night Super Late Model Series, having an all-star race here at Iowa. It's going to be 130 laps coming at you. While the drivers are down there on the grid, let's jump into it. Let's take a look at tonight's gridding action as they are ready to go racing. Setting that fast time here tonight with a 23.38, the number 42 of Ryan Kuhn. He's going to have Charles Lahr to the outside that with just 2/100ths of a second off that pace in the first row. Starting inside lane of the second row, the 02 of Mitchell, the El Tortuga Reeves, will be starting third to the outside of that second row, the number 10 of Jason Covington. Rounding out your top five here tonight, father of Jason Covington, the number 96 of Craig Covington, followed by the 92 of Wayne Galloway to the outside of that third row. Looking back to the inside lane in seventh position here tonight. Row number 4 inside lane, Wesley Whitfield. To the outside will have Keith Haney. Justin Harper, Ted Quinzel rounding out that fifth row and your top 10 here tonight. Looking on back, Dustin Covington, Jeffrey Wood, Wes Holland, Johnny Smith, Nick Reynolds, Billy Wise, Brian Heights, Brian Tribble, Brian Bizzle. Can you get any more Bryans in a matter of a course? I don't think so. And rounding out your top 20 is Niles Clyde in the 44 machine. So these boys are ready to go racing. We got a few more back there. Daniel Haney, James Haney, Danny Lawson, Travis Zunema, and John Hedrick. That's going to be your field here at Iowa, folks. And again, 130 laps on the docket here tonight. Race information on the screen as we buzz through this quickly here at this 9/10 of a mile oval in Iowa at Iowa Speedway. 78 degrees in the air, 55% humidity, partly cloudy, 78 degrees. Down there on the track, a warm night for sure that these drivers are going to have to go through. Quick shout out to the sponsors, racegear.com. Gear for the fans, by the fans. Find them on the web at racegear.com. The Wise Guys, Billy Wise's band, and also Over the Top Paints and Designs. Check them out for some custom artwork. You're seeing it right here on these super late models as they make their way through the backstretch. And again, it is the 42 of Ryan Kuhn out there on the pole, ready to go racing. pace car will be into the pits as it heads into turn 4. Here we go. Ready for the green flag here tonight? There goes the pace car. Up front, the green flag flies and the All-Star race is underway. As they buzz across the start-finish line into the second of this 130-lap affair at Iowa, the pace car is going to come back out. We had an incident there in the first lap. Not quite sure as we see a slow-moving Billy Wise, the number 32 machine there. We'll have to go back and take a look at the replay and see if we can capture the action. Looks like there's going to be some contact. Oh, and Billy Wise actually tagged Wes Holland in the mix. And he's going to be spun out right before pit road, and that is going to bring out tonight's first caution. So the 42 of Ryan Kuhn right up front is your pole sitter here tonight. Mitchell Reeves already getting around up into second position. Mitchell Reeves coming off of a win last week at Kentucky. And a surprising top 3 finish at Southern National Motorsports Park 2 weeks ago. And already looking good here tonight. Last time we seen Ryan Kuhn at Iowa, it was a Silver Crown Series that we had done here. And Ryan Kuhn ended up taking the victory in that race. He had never raced Silver Crowns before. He hopped behind one of those fast open wheel machines and was able to take it the distance and pick up a victory. So definitely looking solid tonight already here in a super late model. And however you're getting us here tonight, we do thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, whether it's through YouTube, Twitch, or iRacing Live. Well, not really iRacing Live, I'm sorry. It's part of my usual jolt. So it's YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live this Thanksgiving night. Got a little bit of turkey in me, making me just a little bit drowsy, so I do apologize. Hopefully you're having a great holiday. These drivers definitely want to add to their holiday by picking up a victory here in the All-Star race. For the most part, out of the incident with Billy Wise, there's not going to be a major change in the lineup. Everybody pretty much holding true. Some people did get up, like we saw with Mitchell Reeves, a couple of positions. Again, a warm night here in Iowa, 78 degrees down there on that track. The turn you want to watch out for the most, folks, is turn 4. Turn 4 will creep up on you quick, so the solid entry into the third turn can set you up for a nice move through the fourth turn. But a lot of these drivers are going to find themselves starting to push up the track, and a lot of contact off that wall coming out of the fourth turn usually is the problem causing incident in its factor out here at Iowa. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. If we have any more cautions tonight, more than likely as the race progresses on and we get some green flag run, you're going to definitely see some issues possibly come out of turn 4. So as we come back, we're going to, as we get the 1 to go signal this time by, we'll take you up to our blimp cam. And we're going to give you a nice view of what this track looks like. And the cars, as they head into turns 1 and 2 now, will be ready to go racing momentarily. It's going to be lap number 7 when the green flag comes back out. And Ryan Kuhn will have to maintain the excellence that he's shown so far. Do apologize on the minor skin mishap. We had to get what they call trading paints, make sure the paint schemes are correct. They didn't look correct here tonight, but we got to figure it out now. A little bit of change around some of these drivers. Pace cars coming into the pits. Here we go. Ready to go racing on lap number 7. Follow Ryan Kuhn into turns 1 and 2 here on lap number 8. He's got a nice 0.3 of a second lead over the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves as they fire into the backstretch. Working their way into that third turn. He's going to dive it pretty much into the middle groove, trying to stay away from the lower line here tonight as that turn 4 incident. He's going to get way up there close to the wall. Using that wall as momentum into the first turn yet again goes Ryan Kuhn. Charles Lahr, the 041 machine, trying to hold off the number 10 of Jason Covington as they come out of that second turn into the backstretch. Side-by-side action back behind Craig Covington as Wesley Whitfield and Keith Haney, the 071, to the outside of Wesley Whitfield, the 042. And if you've been following this series, folks, you know people who run the 0 in front of the numbers, they are rookies in this series. That is Ted Quinzel in the Sam Adams machine, a.k.a. the Chief, the 84 machine, back behind the side-by-side action, and we've got another caution flag out. And it looks like some mishap here with the 44 of Niles Clyde. And it looks like the 8 as well of Travis Zudema involved in this one. Let's dial back the replay and catch the action. So as we follow the 44 of Niles Clyde into the front stretch, he's just ahead. The Exxon machine, we see come rolling out of turn number 2. Zudema back behind him, and right there, right into the entrance of turn 3, Zudema is going to underclip that 44 of Clyde, setting him up into the safer barrier right before turn 3. Both Clyde and Zudema are going to get caught up into this. And here comes the 32 of Billy Wise, adding insult to injury back to the bumper of Travis Zudema, making it a total 3-car involvement in tonight's second caution. And they all come down pit road. Niles Clyde with a heavy smoke coming out the back of that machine. So with that being said, and everybody coming down pit road here on lap number 12, the 54 of Nick Reynolds now takes over up front momentarily. And if you watched the race back at Atlanta a few weeks ago, Nick Reynolds was able to pick up victory there. And it's longtime racing nemesis, especially from the Kentucky race last week, as these two cars that you see 1 and 2 right now, Wes Holland, the number 4 machine, normally running the Jimmy John's logo, tonight running the Monster Energy logo on his car. So we show you there Wes Holland, dominant in the early part of this series, folks. Won the first 3 races starting back on October 14th. Holland came away with a victory at Charlotte Motor Speedway, then followed it up with a victory at New Smyrna in Irwindale on the 28th. And ever since then, we've seen 3 more races, 3 different winners, as Reynolds was the first to break the streak, then Jeff Wood winning at Southern National, Mitchell Reeves last week at Kentucky. The next official race will be coming up on December 2nd at 5 Flags. It's going to be 130 laps before the final race on December 16th at Richmond, when they will race 150 laps for the championship. Coming into tonight's All-Star race, of course, this is not a points race here tonight, but West Holland leading the series just by 5 points over Jeff Wood. And what a battle that is going to be the next couple of weeks when these guys fight it out to see who can be the championship, as West Holland took the championship in the street stocks. Of course, we're in the super late models now. Question is, can that 4-car become a back-to-back champion? You'll have to wait and find out on December 16th, folks. So it does look like the 54 of Reynolds will be setting us back to green as the pace car now heads towards turn number 4 here on lap 14. So far here tonight, out of the 13 completed, 1 lead change, 2 total cautions. So the 1 to go signal from the flag stand. The lights come off the pace car. We're going to be set to go green on lap number 16. Taking us back to the green. Pace car into turn 4, ducks into the pits. Here we go. Green flag flies, and we're back to the race. Comes Nick Reynolds into the first turn on lap number 17 with a 0.2 of a second lead over the number 4 of West Holland, fading it out towards the wall into the backstretch. These 2 cars battled it out at Kentucky last week. One hit one, the other hit the other. And West Holland, looking to the outside, wants to get some momentum to close that gap on the 54 of Reynolds. Continuing the bout into turn number 2. The 54 of Reynolds is still leading by 0.2 of a second. Mitchell Reeves back there in 3rd position has that 92 of Wayne Galloway back behind him. Galloway pushing a little bit in turn 4. That closes the distance for the number 10 of Jason Covington. And they start to bunch up here on this warm night. High line preferred in the second turns, low line preferred in the first 2 turns. Here comes Reynolds into the 3rd turn. Galloway and Covington now side by side. Holland is going to look to the inside coming out of turn number 4. Reeves closed the distance on Holland. Covington not quite able to get around Galloway that time by, as Galloway's getting closer to Reeves. Bunch up action, stagger 3-wide action into turn 3. Holland still in 2nd. The 92 of Galloway back in 4th. Covington back in your top 5, right there into turn 1. Looking to the inside, the 041 of Charles Lahr. Lahr looking to get side by side out of 2. Can he do it? Working the lower grooves, not going to happen. And now to the high side, the 84 of Ted Quinzel. Quinzel to the outside of Lahr. It's going to look to move into sixth position. Nice side-by-side action. Two different lines being run. The lower groove to Lahr. To Charles Lahr. The high groove out there to the 84 of Ted Quinzel. And he's going to edge him out. Right there, the 071 of Keith Haney to the high side now. Back to the front. It looks like Holland is working that inside of Nick Reynolds. Side-by-side action into turns 1 and 2. Are we going to get a lead change? The nose out front of Reynolds. Holland battling side-by-side. Here they go into turn 3. The Monster Energy number 4 machine of Wes Holland out of the 4th turn. Is he going to get the lead this time by? It's going to be close, but it looks like it's going to stay with Nick Reynolds. And that'll be a total of 12 laps led. These guys are looking close, battling really hard. As Mitchell Reeves back there in 3rd position had a front row seat to that action. Reeves will now be side by side with Holland. Everybody getting close to that wall coming off of turn 4. And once again, Holland taking a peek to the inside. Reeves to the high side, back behind Reynolds. And caution flag's going to come out. And it looks like Holland is going to stay in 2nd. Reeves will stay in 3rd. And it looks like there may have been an issue with the 42 of Ryan Kuhn. Let's go back and take a look. Kuhn running the Jimmy John's car here tonight. Not exactly sure what happened here with Ryan Kuhn, but the caution flag did come out. And Kuhn, for some reason, had went to the infield. So possible debris on the track draws out the 3rd caution here tonight. Everybody pretty much taking an early pit run here before lap number 27. Let's see what Nick Reynolds does as they head towards the 4th turn. Will he dive towards the pits or stay out? He's leaning towards it. He's going to come down pit road. That's going to bring Holland, Reeves, as well as Galloway and company back behind them. They all come back down pit road. So this is going to be a big shakeup to the lineup. As we see Reynolds gets in there, see who decides to win the battle off of pit road. We're going to swing it out to our pit road cam. And again, hope you're enjoying the race here, the All-Star Race at Iowa for the Bump and Run Friday Night Super Late Model Series. Part of the Loose Lug Nuts League out here on iRacing. Let's see who wins this battle off of pit road. And it looks like it's going to go to Mitchell Reeves. Reynolds will come off 3rd, Holland 4th. So Mitchell Reeves able to make it off of pit road in front of the action. Dustin Covington, the 038 machine, was out 2nd. But having if I can get my words right, having got down pit road earlier, the number 44 of Niles Clyde on the lead lap will be up front. Interesting change of pace, so things pretty much getting shooken up here. Let's show you the summary. Out of the 28 completed, 2 lead changes, 3 total cautions. And again, a warm night. Mid-70s, mid to high 70s here at Iowa. Once the pace car crosses the start-finish line, we'll take a look at the top 5 and show you where your drivers stand. And as the pace car comes across the start-finish line, let's go ahead and take a look at your top 5 action. So it's going to be the 44 of Niles Clyde taking us back to the green with the 02 of Mitchell Reeves to the outside. Dustin Covington will be to the inside as he is currently in 3rd position. Nick Reynolds back there will be to the outside, and running out your top 5, the 4 of West Holland. Quick shout out to the sponsors here tonight as we did earlier in the show, but let's take a look at them again. RaceGear.com, folks. Great racing articles, great gear. Find them on the web, racegear.com. Billy Wise is the man in the 32 car we've seen here tonight. His band sponsor in the series, the Wise Guys. Check them out. Got a lot of great music out of those guys if you like some good rock and roll music. Also, a lot of the custom paint schemes you're seeing here tonight done by Over the Top Paints and Designs. Check them out on Facebook.
Green flag, green flag.
And while we are just a little bit behind, let's get back to the green flag action as Niles Clyde takes us back up there to the outside of the 02 of Mitchell Reeves. Getting around the 44 using that higher groove as Niles Clyde stayed to the inside. Into lap 32. Mitchell Reeves pulls away to a half a second lead. Now Nick Reynolds looking to get around Niles Clyde. The fresher set of tires, the 92 of Galloway to the inside of Reynolds. Seeks out 3rd position, and he's going to have it out of turn 4, and everybody's fighting for an inch. Here on lap 33, they still got 100 to go, but they're acting like it's 3 to go. Everybody's fighting. Look at that battle action. Reynolds now to the inside of Clyde. Galloway's going to go down to the apron. The 92 machine having a little bit of issues. Reynolds still to the inside. Down comes Holland. Reynolds will fade it out in front of the 44 of Niles Clyde. Holland trying to clear him into 1. Oh, Clyde reacted, and that's going to slow him up just a little bit. Side-by-side action between Haney and Dustin Covington. Covington ahead of Haney. Down the backstretch, Covington looking to the inside. Haney now just ahead of Covington. Haney fades out. Contact with Niles Clyde, and that's going to send the 071 down to the lower groove, but it is going to work in his favor as he's going to edge out the 44 of Clyde. Holland now looking to battle with Reeves. Into the 3rd turn, looks to the inside. Nick Reynolds holds his line out of 4, and he's going to hold on to it, but how long? What is going on there with Keith Haney? Awkward line running, but he's making it work. Boy, did he dive it down to the apron right there in 1. Kind of an unorthodox line, but it is working for him. Out across the front stretch. Yet again, Haney looking to the inside. Looks like Reynolds has some breathing room. How about this race lead now? Mitchell Reeves, 1.3 second gap out in front. Everybody, of course, being held up by the 44 of Niles Clyde. And in doing that, has allowed the 02 machine to get out to a sizable lead. There's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as Reynolds, Holland, and Haney back there continue to battle it out. Looking back behind him in 5th, Dustin Covington has Ted Quinzel behind him. Some side-by-side action between Jason Covington and Niles Clyde. Now Clyde, remember, took us back to the green and is now fallen back to 9th position as most of the drivers came down pit road, took some fresher tires. Unfortunately for the guy who stays out, he sees what it means to stay out when everybody else has the fresher set of tires. Some action. Clyde's going to get spun as he continues to go around with the 039 of Justin Harper. I'm not sure if that's what brought the caution out, but let's go back and take a look. How about this battle? Zudema back there with Clyde. It's going to be the 039 of Harper and Clyde having a mid-turn collision right about there. And you're going to see Clyde get really loose. Nice save, but Zudema is going to try to check up. He's going to go into the back of Clyde. Or it's actually Jeff Wood, the 64 machine. And now down comes the Mountain Dew 39 of Justin Harper into Clyde. I believe there was some checkup there with Craig Covington, and the checkup there spun out of control and deuces the next caution. Let's go back and take a look one more time. And we'll go on board with Craig Covington to capture this action. We'll see it all unfold in front of us. Keep an eye on Clyde. And Jeff Wood now looking to the inside right there in front of Craig Covington. Right here is going to be the contact right there. Zudema into him. And there's where the checkup comes from Craig Covington. He's just going to get door slammed. Spun out there in turn 2. And a special shout out tonight we want to give to the folks tuning in to the YouTube chat out there. Michelle Eisenhower, one of the great iRacing fans tuning in, always thankful for her viewership, as well as Chris Matas tuning in. A couple of loyal fans out there who like to tune in and watch the Digital Forge races, and big fans of these loose lug nuts, guys. Still under the caution here at Iowa. Here's another look at the race summary so far. Out of the 43 completed, 5 lead changes now, 4 total cautions. And again, at the beginning of the race tonight, told you it's about mid to high 70s. And for a November night in Iowa, that is unexpected, folks. Might want to check on global warming. As they cross the start-finish line, we're going to get the 1 to go signal here from the flag stand. Lights will come off the pace car. It's going to be the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves taking us back to the green. turn number 3. As it heads towards turn number 4, the pace car is going to be set to go into the pits. There it goes. Here we go, Mitchell Reeves. Green flag flies, and we're back to the race on lap 26. Mitchell Reeves, who once had a 1.3 second lead over the field, now is about half. He's got a 0.6 of a second lead over the number 4 of Wes Holland, who is fighting hard for that second position slot, because now the 0.42 of Wesley Whitfield to Wes don't make a right, and they are battling for second position with a Nick Reynolds mixed in there. Reynolds to the high side of Whitfield as they head into turn number 1 here on lap 48. Reynolds is going to edge out that 42 in the backstretch. He's going to move into third position. Whitfield's going to fall back to fourth. Still a 0.6 of a second gap between Reeves and Holland as Reeves crosses the start-finish line into lap number 49. Looking to the inside of Dustin Covington, the 23 of Johnny Smith, part of the Driven Motorsports team. Jason Covington back behind younger brother Dustin Covington. And as they fight out of turn number 4, looks like Johnny Smith's going to lose out to Jason and Dustin Covington, and he's going to fall back. Looks about 7th position. Still some side-by-side action. Ted Quenzel back there to the high side, now looking to take over from Johnny Smith as he looks to fight his way to the inside, possibly taking a peek to the inside of Jason Covington. This is a rare feat here as we see both Covington brothers working together into turn 3. Younger brother Dustin in the Mellow Yellow machine, the Superflow machine, both Cole Trickle cars in the movie Days of Thunder. If you've watched that, Tom Cruise drove both these cars in that movie. Kind of neat to see that. I believe Father Craig Covington. We take a look back at the 96 machine, check that out. So the Covington family running all the cars from Days of Thunder, and what a better way to be thankful for racing than to be able to race with your entire family for the most part here in Iowa this evening. Back up to the front, nice solid battle between Mitchell Reeves and Wes Holland. As it's less than a 1/10 of a second gap, Holland dives it down in turn 4. Really trying to get the gap closed. And a possible look to the inside around Mitchell Reeves here on lap 54. Taking a look to the inside into, he's to the quarter panel. Can he get there? Not quite. But in turn 3, he's going to dive it down again. Reeves coasts through the middle groove of 4, and it looks like it's going to swing the way of Wes Holland. A drag race across the start-finish line into lap number 55, but it's going to stay with the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. Holland now looks like he's got the edge in the backstretch. They are battling hard. Good, clean racing for the lead here on lap 55. And Holland working that 0-2 down to the bone as they come across the start-finish line. And look at that. We've got a new race leader here on lap 56. The Monster Energy number 4 of Wes Holland has taken over the race lead. Nick Reynolds still back in third. Wesley Whitfield back fourth. Dustin Covington rounding out your top 5 here. But take a look again up front as Wes Holland still holding on to the race lead. A crossover action to the inside as Mitchell Reeves is going to try to run the inside groove now. These guys really fighting hard as we get closer and closer to the halfway point of tonight's race. But it looks like the 4 car has prevailed, pulls away to over a 1/10 of a second lead. Reeves not wanting to go away so quietly. Some breathing room now for Wes Holland as he heads into turn number 1. Wesley Whitfield putting some pressure on Nick Reynolds as he's going to take a peek to the inside. Reynolds is going to shut the door in turn number 4 on the 042 of Whitfield. Across the start finish line. Whitfield looking to the inside. As they come into the backstretch, Nick Reynolds holds on to 3rd position. Hopping back outside the top 5, take a look at Johnny Smith holding off the 082 of James Haney. Back behind Haney, 2nd in the Bump and Run Friday Night Super Late Model Series points, just 5 points behind Wes Holland. That is the 64 of Jeff Wood. Wood tonight started 12th. He's in 10th position, 60 laps into it. Brother Keith Haney of James Haney, who was running up in the top 5 earlier, now battles in front of Craig Covington behind Travis Udema. Started 13th here, or excuse me, started 8th. It's currently running 13th. But he's looking to the inside of Zudema here out of 4 on lap number 62. Back to the front, Wes Holland pulls away to almost a 9/10 of a second lead. Hard-fought battle a few laps ago with Mitchell Reeves. He's now going to pick up a total of 8 laps led on the night. Reeves, before getting past, had a total of 23 laps led. Of course, Nick Reynolds with 15. An early leader and pole sitter here tonight, Ryan Kuhn, had a total of 11 laps led. And talking about Ryan Kuhn and a few other drivers here tonight, we saw the 92 of James Galloway earlier go down to the apron before turn 3. It turns out he had a blown motor, so Wayne Galloway's not returning. Ryan Kuhn, they said the left front tie rod broke on that 42 car in that Jimmy John's machine, so he's not going to continue. Charles Lahr as well had some engine problems. He's not going to continue. John Hedrick, they are working something out on that car. He's back there in 24th. Danny Lawson, fortunately not able to make it out tonight. He's going to finish 25th. So it's supposed to have about a total of 25 cars starting here tonight. And it looks like a total of at least 5 to 6 cars bound out here at the halfway point of tonight's All-Star race here at Iowa. Nice side-by-side battle here between Dustin Covington and Nick Reynolds. The battle for 4th position, and it's going to swing way of the 54 in turn 1, but take a look at the Mellow Yellow, trying to quench some thirst for position. Out of turn number 2, Reynolds. Talk about some good racing here tonight for a guy that started 15th, stayed out on the first caution, went right to the front of the field, and went on to lead 15 laps. Currently running 4th. Covington settles up behind, though, back in 5th position. Into the first turn they go. Some good racing action here with Jeff Wood to the inside as Brian Trimble in the battle for 10th position. Just ahead, it looks like 23 of Johnny Smith and James Haney are battling it out as well. So 4 cars battling for a couple of position slots. Heading into lap number 69. Tribble and Wood. Good battle right here. And it looks like it's going to go way of the 22. the front, Wes Holland has checked out here tonight on lap number 70, heading towards lap 71. He's got a 2.5 second lead over Mitchell Reeves. As we follow Reeves heading into turn number 2. Heading up to Torque's 2.8 seconds now behind Wes Holland. And I tell you what, Wes Holland, the driver currently leading the series, has his car set up for long green flag runs. And these last couple races that he has not finished has pretty much been because it's relied on short runs. And as the green flag runs progress and the laps continue, this car continues to get faster and faster. As we've seen, it went from about a 2 second to 2.5 second, almost towards 3 seconds. And with the last caution flag coming out on lap 39, you can definitely tell this car's got nothing but faster. Wesley Whitfield still holding on to third position here on lap 73. About a second behind Mitchell Reeves. And closing. About 8/9 of a second gap to the 0-2 car ahead. Oh, and we're going to have some incident. And it looks like possible issues. Trying to figure out what's going on, and maybe not sure exactly what went down that brought out that caution flag. Let's go back and follow here. We're going to follow Brian Heights, I believe is how it's pronounced. The 099 machine, one of the newer guys to the series. So as we follow Heights, so it is going to be the 8 of Travis Zudema as the unveiling comes by. Brian Heights showing us the way. Zudema caught up in the action. We'll be on pit road. So with that being said, let's dial it back a few more and take a look. See exactly what happened with the 8 car of Zudema. Judging by no cars being around, possible self-induced spin out of turn 4. Right there it is. He's going to snap. He gets loose, snaps, and right up into the wall in front of Craig Covington. Covington, almost like a laser beam, tracks right towards Zudema. And both cars are going to spin out in heavy smoke now on that Cold Trickle City Chevrolet of Craig Covington, as made famous in the movie Days of Thunder. So that is going to bring out the next caution flag. As we take a look down and see if we can see any more action down on pit road. Not really looking much. It looks like Holland is going to come down pit road. He's going to come back to the field, possibly just looking to take some fuel. Not necessarily looking for tire change. He's slowing up here. Maybe possible issues on the car, or is he just trying to keep his tires cool down there on the apron? As we follow the 4 car heading towards pit road. May have, I don't think he's out of fuel, but the way he's moving, as slow as he's moving, I think he's just trying to keep some tires cooled on that apron. As are the other drivers down there. We see the 082 car. So it looks like Holland has gone down pit road. He's going to come back out. 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves being scored up front. Jeff Wood currently in front. He's looking to be in the lucky dog position. We'll get a wave around when we get the 1-to-go signal. So heading towards lap number 78, we can take a look at your top 5. So it's going to be the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. Wesley Whitfield will be up front. Brian Tribble, Dustin Covington will be in that second row. And Nick Reynolds rounding out your top 5, heading back to green on lap number 79. Special shout out to the sponsors here tonight. Great race articles, great race gear. Check out Race Gear. You can find them on the web at racegear.com. Billy Weiss's band, The Weiss Guys, sponsor in the series, as well as over-the-top paints and designs. A lot of great custom paint jobs you've seen done here tonight. Beautiful looking cars, of course, done by over-the-top paints and designs. We're set to go green here, folks, on lap number 80 as the all-star race here tonight. Not counting towards points, just a good fun night of racing. These guys thankful to have racing, whatever you're thankful for out there. Give us a shout out here in the YouTube chat. We do appreciate you tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. I want to say a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Pace car heads into the pits. Here we go. The green flag flies. We're back to the race. We'll follow Mitchell Reeves on board here to give you a showing of what it's like to be in a super late model here at the high speeds that these guys are running. As you get a look how fast it can be around this track. And the work that these guys have definitely got to put in to maintain composure. And Reeves Whitfield up front, back in third. A hefty 0.8 of a second behind Whitfield is Keith Haney. And Dustin Covington. Covington looking to the inside. Side-by-side action into turns 1 and 2. Dustin Covington, the metal yellow car, out of turn 2 into the backstretch. And a heavy pack battle results in another caution flag. Heavy damage there on Billy Wise's car. We'll take you back and capture the action as it happened. So it looks like it's going to happen in front of Billy Wise, but he's not going to have anywhere to go. We're going to see some cars up in the wall. Nick Reynolds is looked like he's going to be pinched up into the wall. And wow, they're going to come flying back right in front of Billy Wise. Jeff Wood, the 081 car, I believe the 091 car of Daniel Haney. As I look down there, as well as Niles Clyde. Reynolds is going to be full of smoke down there on the apron. The 039 car of Justin Harper involved as well. A big pileup in turns 1 and 2. So Nick Reynolds involved in this one. Let's go back and follow the 54 car, as right in front of him looked like Daniel Haney and Reynolds got into the wall up front. Let's go on board here with Reynolds. Kind of see what may have happened here. This is coming out, turn number 4 into the front stretch. Remember, it's in turn 1. Right there, Haney's going to turn Reynolds. They're going to go up into the wall. Now Reynolds is going to tag that wall. Sound like a blown motor there on the 54 car. Possibly somebody had a blown motor. He's going to try to limp it back to the pits. See a lot of cars smoking as we see Niles Clyde, Justin Harper. Staying to the high side, Daniel Haney. And a not happy Nick Reynolds. Try to catch the field. Want to give a special shout out to Brian Lawhead as well as Chris Curry and John Hedrick out there now in the YouTube chat as well. Hedrick having some issues there with his car tonight, has parked it down pit road and is available for autographs, as well as some good conversation out there on YouTube. If you got a paint design that you want done on your car and you're an iRacing driver, now's a good time to hop over to the YouTube chat and talk to John Hedrick as he works with the Overtop Paints and Designs crew. Could possibly get you a great paint scheme on any type of car that you have out there in iRacing. So Mitchell Reeves here on lap 88 is out front. Wes Whitfield to the outside. Holland, though, has made his way back inside the top 10. He's back there in 7th position. Was as far back as 11th when we went back to green from the last caution. So the 1-to-go signal given by the flag stand. Lights come off the pace car into turn 1. We're going to be set to go green on lap number 90. Getting closer and closer to that 40-lap remaining mark. Pace car takes him into turn 3. Here we go. It's going to be the 02 of Reeves, the 042 of Whitfield. Pace car into the pits. Green flag flies. We're back to the race on lap 90. Leads the field in turns 1 and 2. Will work the lower groove in turn 2 before he feinted out into the backstretch towards the wall. 42 of Whitfield back there in 2nd position, about 4/10 to 5/10, or as the layman's term would be, a half a second behind the 02 of Reeves. Dustin Covington back in 3rd. Keith Haney, the 071, back in 4th. Been a good battle tonight for these two cars, as they've been battling in the top 5 for the last 20 laps. Jason Covington back there in 5th position. And he sees the league powerhouse right behind him. Oh, they're going to get close to the wall. And it looked like Keith Haney came down a little bit, trying to avoid contact with the wall. Here comes Jason Covington to the inside, taking a look. Out of 2 into the backstretch. Wes Holland, the Monster Energy car, has led a total of 22 laps here tonight already. Less than 40 laps to go in the All-Star race. Holland, oh, he's going to have a little bit of contact with the wall. Saw some sparks fly coming out of turn 4. He's looking to the high side of Jason Covington. Ted Quinzel and Johnny Smith having a fight back there in turn 3. Quinzel to the inside of Smith, as the battle there for 7th position is going to swing way of the 84. Smith getting some momentum heading into 1 to the high side. He's going to come back and take over 7th position from Ted Quinzel. Check out the 3 wide action as it quickly closes out, coming out of turn number 2 as Holland. You seen one, Wes, you start to call him as all. Near 3 wide action. He's taking a look to split these 2 cars. That's Keith Haney and Jason Covington. And his reputation preceding him, known as Rackham West, if anything, he's going to take a look. And Covington says, I don't want no part of that. He's going to settle up behind Holland. Holland to the inside of Haney in turns 1 and 2, and they're going to battle here for the 4th position slot. So the 4 car now moves into 4th just by a nose. In the backstretch, Haney to the high side. Not ready to give up that 4th position slot to Wes Holland. And again, the green flag runs are what this team relies on. Expect to see that 4 car get faster, and there he goes by the 071 of Keith Haney. Nice little battle back here between 4th, 5th, and 6th. Let's jump back up front and take a look at Mitchell Reeves. Nicknamed the Tortuga, this guy is anything but slow here tonight in Iowa. Has led a total of 45 laps. The 02 machine rocks that Superflow Chevrolet into turn 3. Total of an 8 to, we're going to go up towards a 2nd gap now. 1 second, a 1.1 when he crossed the start-finish line over Wesley Whitfield. That 042 machine has Dustin Covington back behind him. And how about the gap closure now for the 4 of Holland, right towards the mellow yellow car, the 038. Up Dustin Covington. Crossing that start-finish line into lap 101. 30 laps now remain, folks. Who's going to walk away with the All-Star win here in Iowa tonight? Will it be Mitchell Reeves? Will it be the challenger, Wes Holland? Hate to call this guy the challenger as he leads the Super Late Model Series, but he's come back from an 11-position deficit after leading 22 laps on the night. Went down pit road a couple cautions ago, and he's come back, now sitting in 4th, about 2.1 seconds behind Mitchell Reeves. Of course, a caution flag would also help, but if this thing finishes under the green, you got to wonder what kind of closure that number 4 car is going to have on this guy right here. Take you down closer trackside. See how hard these guys are pushing these cars. Holland now looking to the inside of Dustin Covington. Wants to get into 3rd. Putting the pressure on the mellow yellow. Anything but mellow. Don't want to see the yellow. Oh, the puns are endless with that car. And the 038 of Dustin Covington doing Father Craig Covington proud. Holding on to the leader, but oh, it looks like Wes Holland's going to get to the inside. Side by side, is he going to clear him coming out of two? Not quite. He's at quarter panel level, now door leveler side by side and fighting back. Comes the 38 of Dustin Covington. Not so much here in turn four. There, he's going to rally it back. Dirt track style out of four. That Highline's got the momentum here tonight. And he's going to make Holland fight for every position he can get, every inch he can get. And it looks like finally it's going to swing way to the Monster Energy car. So energy drink outperforming soft drink here in turn number 4 on lap 107. Holland now moves in to the top 3. Mitchell Reeves 1.47 seconds in front of Wes Whitfield. And remember, folks, I said 2 West don't make a right. But here we go. Holland and Whitfield find themselves 2 and 3 heading into lap 109. Just under 22 laps to go here at the All-Star Race at Iowa. Beautiful, beautiful night for racing. A little bit warmer. But these guys definitely putting on a heck of a show. Jump back outside to 8th position to the second in points. Jeff Wood, the 64 car here tonight. Normally running Skoll as his sponsor. Got a new paint scheme on there tonight. And as we dive down closer to take a look, how about that car? The Bud Light machine. I don't know about you folks, but if you think of Skoll, a good Bud Light goes with some Skoll. I don't know myself. I've never really dipped. But I have tasted the cool, refreshing taste of Bud Light. And this car right here tonight, back in 8th position, started 12th, up 4 positions, trying to hold it off from that Castrol GTX machine there of Brian Tribble. Whitfield and Holland now getting closer and closer to battling it out for the second position as Holland is really closing the gap on that 042. Take a look at that. He is reaching down the backstretch coming out of turn 2. And Holland looking for every inch that he can get from this track, giving it all he's got. 22 laps led here tonight, up against the 042 of Whitfield. Really digging. Reeves still about 1.6 seconds ahead of these two guys fighting it out for second. Dustin Covington back in third. Has about a 9/10 of a second to 1 second gap over Ted Quinzel, who's back in fifth. I said third, I meant fourth. 071 of Keith Haney, the 10 of Jason Covington in a position battle here for sixth. Oh, Covington off the wall in turn 4. Outbound Mitchell Reeves, total of 62 laps led. Oh, and Holland living up to the name, Wreckham West. And no caution flag. What is with this? At least 6 cars passing Wesley Whitfield before we get a caution. And if I'm Wesley Whitfield, I am not too happy right now. go back and take a look at the replay. Not for sure if we can call it a turn by West Holland, but let's take a look. Holland's been really trying to do these slide maneuvers. As you see the Monster Energy Camry back behind Whitfield. And I'm thinking this is where we're going to have it right here. Holland trying to put the slide move, is going to climb the track. He's going to turn Whitfield right here. Around Whitfield will go. Holland is going to go up wide. He's going to save the car. Whitfield, take a look at this. He's going to come down to the infield, smacks that wall hard. See the sparks fly there, some smoke coming out. This is where it gets interesting, folks. Take a look at this. So here comes Whitfield back up. Now that's Dustin Covington, who is back in fourth position, mind you. He's going to go by the inside. So that's a one car right there. Slow moving 42, no caution flag, okay? So we got Ted Quinzel. We got Keith Haney, who barely squeaks by. Dustin Covington, still no caution. Even the 22 of Trimble, and right about here where Jeff Wood comes by, that's when the caution flag flies. Unbelievable. Not quite sure what was going on there with race control, what it took for that yellow flag to finally come out. But man, a total of about 4 or 5 cars passed the 042 of Whitfield on the inside before the caution flag actually flew. So Whitfield down there on pit road. And you definitely can tell that he is not happy. He's been up there in second position, looking solid. Definitely fighting hard. And how about this? Mitchell Reeves still up front. Nick Reynolds back from the depths, who has led 15 laps here tonight. He's going to be in fourth position. Got a lot of cars up front that are going to need a wave around. Ted Quinzel being scored up front. 091 there that we see up ahead, that is Daniel Haney, currently in the Lucky Dog slot, as well as Craig Covington, who's 2 laps down. They'll gain some laps back here when we get the 1 to go signal. Anytime you have a race, you want things to get interesting, as they have. It's not like they haven't been all night. They've had some great battling here at Iowa, but a late race caution definitely changes things up a little bit. How about Ted Quinzel able to get out there in front? Not quite sure how he was able to get ahead of Mitchell Reeves. I think we got a little bit of issues here with the race control lineup. We'll wait till the 1 to go signal, then we'll get you a top 5. While we're waiting and following these cars pacing, let's give a shout out to tonight's sponsors. Great articles, great gear, race gear. Find them on the web at racegear.com. The Wise Guys, Billy Wise's band, the number 32 car we've seen a couple of times here tonight. His guys, his band, The Wise Guys, great rock and roll group. Check them out on the web for some great tunes, for some great paints. We had them out here in YouTube. You could have talked to them, folks. Out there in the YouTube chat, John Hendrick with Over the Top Paints and Designs is out there taking some requests. You can check them out on Facebook for the great work that these guys do week in and week out. Coming up on December 2nd, we're going to be at Five Flags, the next last race. Next to the last race in the Super Late Model Series. How about this? Ted Quinzel, Johnny Smith up front. So while we're waiting, let's take a look at the lineup here, your top 5. Johnny Smith, Mitchell Reeves, Nick Reynolds, Wes Holland are your top 5. Heading back to green as the pace car looks to go into the pits, this time by... Here we go. 9 laps remaining when the green flag comes out here at Iowa. Green flag flies. Ted Quinzel takes us back. position, Reynolds in third. What a battle we have got! To the inside of Reynolds goes Holland. These two cars met quite a bit at Kentucky. They're now side by side with 8 laps to go. Reynolds to the outside, Quinzel off the wall. And they are continuing to fight 3 wide into turn 1. Reynolds to the high side, Holland to the low side. Oh, and Reynolds has to swing wide. That's going to open up the doorway for the 4 of Holland. Sliding through. Take a look at the Haney's going to bounce off of Quinzel. Quinzel off of Covington. And now here comes Keith Haney to the inside of Wes Holland as Holland moved up into second position. Boy, a lot of position changes right there in a matter of a couple turns. Keith Haney getting a little bit of quarter panel and some door action from Wes Holland. They're going to bump. Holland backs off. Haney goes into second. 6 laps to go. Mitchell Reeves still up front. Here we go into turns 3 and 4. 6 laps now remain. Keith Haney out of nowhere here tonight. The 071 rookie has moved into second position, holding off the Super Late Model Series points leader, Wes Holland. Reeves 1.4 seconds ahead with 5 laps to go. Pretty much has got this one in the books if he can hold on to it.
All right, man.
Caution flag! Caution flag comes out. And Jeff Wood, major issues there on the 64 Bud Light machine. That pretty much will seal the deal for Mitchell Reeves. Go back and take a look. Wood right there in front of Jason Covington. And between Covington brothers, because Dustin Covington just up ahead, and Jason Covington looks like he's going to get the back bumper of Jeff Wood, sending him out of control in turn number 4. And we see Wood right there, trying to stay on the throttle to keep the car from going up the track. 099 car to the inside. Going to avoid contact there as well. That was Brian Heights. So no real other contact other than that, but that car looks like it's been through a war. Right there running backwards down the front stretch. And that will bring out the final caution tonight. Pretty much sealing the deal here for Mitchell Reeves. Pretty much certain we're going to see this thing end under yellow. Here's your race summary. Out of the 127 completed, 9 lead changes tonight, 8 total cautions. And with 2 laps to go, this thing will end under yellow. Tell you what, though, the hard charger right out there, Keith Haney tonight. Keith Haney in that 071 car, able to see the 3 wide action, split through the 3 wide action, and fight door to door with Wes Holland, moving up and getting second position here tonight. That was some precision passing done by the 071 car. What a fight. Definitely earning that second position here this evening. And the white flag now comes out as it's under yellow. They will continue to pace this out. So Mitchell Reeves, back-to-back weeks, picking up victories. Last week at Kentucky, here tonight in Iowa. Really has things in perspective heading into 5 flags next Friday night. Wes Holland just 5 points off of Jeff Wood. Wood tonight having that incident. He's going to finish back in 13th position. But again, not a points night here at the All-Star race. And as the pace car takes him to the checkered flag, out of turn number 4, there is your winner tonight, 02 of Mitchell Reeves. How about it? There he is, folks, your winner here tonight. Celebratory fireworks in the air will take you up to the blimp cam as he does his victory lap. Out of turn, looks like turn 3. Gotta really look for it. And a block by her ticker up top there, just under the first position slide. A little bit of fireworks there for tonight's victor, Mitchell Reeves. And here he comes up to the front stretch. Your winner here tonight, the Superflow Motor Oil Chevrolet of Mitchell, the Tortuga Reeves. And what a burnout he is doing, really burning those tires off. And a happy night for that Superflow Chevrolet of Mitchell Reeves. Go up and take a look at the results on your screen while we look to get some driver interviews for you. Going to go live now to the guy who normally runs the Jimmy John's paint scheme, but here for the All-Star race here at Iowa. Stripped off the Jimmy John's, put on the Monster Energy Camry, and Holland West, as they call it. Wreckham West tonight. What a race it was here tonight. Got up there, led 22 laps, made that pivotal decision to get down pit road. That kind of put you back outside the top 10, but you fought your way back into 4th. Had a couple of cautions that helped out of there as well. You find yourself in a door slam battle there with the 071 of Keith Haney. Eventually swings to the way of him. You fall back to 3rd here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your race here at Iowa.
It was a good race. I mean, it was hard fought all night. Just started too far back in the field than where I wanted to be, and then once I got back up to the front, just made another mental mistake and sped on pit road. So, I mean, you don't win races when you make that many mistakes. But altogether, it was a good all-star race, and we had fun out here.
Definitely was a great race, and with the warmer conditions, one thing we talk about, we cover in the Super Late Model Series here, the Bump and Run Friday Night Super Late Model Series. One of the tendencies that the 4 team has is to set the car up for long green flag runs. Was that kind of the strategy coming in here tonight? Because it seemed like as we moved away from the last caution, the longer the green flag runs went, that car just came to life on rails. You just got faster and faster as it went on.
Yeah, I was definitely liking the long runs, but yeah, just not too many of them tonight. But still fast, still a fun race, and everybody raced pretty good out here. It was fun.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you next week, coming up at Five Flags when the points resumes, and we'll be 1 week shy of the championship here. Is there any thanks or shout outs you'd like to give for your 3rd place finish tonight?
Oh yeah, of course, John and Jeff, Loose Lug Nuts, putting this on, and Digital Forge for broadcasting this every week, and our main sponsor, racegear.com, for coming on board and helping out with things around here too.
All right. Well, congratulations, Wes, here tonight, being able to rally that car back and get yourself a podium finish here at Iowa.
Hey, thanks, Dustin. We'll see you next week.
There you have it, folks. The Monster Energy car of Wes Holland coming in 3rd here tonight. Had a heavy battle there with Keith Haney. And unfortunately, Keith Haney will not be able to be available for interview as they got another race coming up, so he had to leave early. So do apologize for that, folks. Won't have a runner-up interview for you here tonight. But joining me now, tonight's winner, leading a total of 73 laps here at Iowa on a warm night. This guy loves to make rare appearances, but for 2 weeks in a row, he's going to pick up victory. And they call this guy the Tortuga, Mitchell. Anything but slow here tonight. That car was on a rail out to at least a second and a half at times in these fields. When you fell back outside the top five, you rallied that car right back, went right back to the front. Tell us a little bit about your night.
Yeah, it was a good night for the O2. I've never actually raced super late models here at Iowa, so I really had a quick learning curve with the line, and I really don't think I was the fastest one here. I think Wes, I think Wes was a little bit quicker than me, but he had an unfortunate. He had a break there in the pit stops and got a speeding. And we just kind of worked out in our favor. We that first little run, we got some damage on the right front, and it ended up being worse than we thought. And that's when we finally decided, all right, let's go ahead and take this quick fix. But the restarts really here, Dustin, was the key. Every time the restart would go, I'd get out to about a half a second lead, and after that I just kind of cruised. And it was really really nice to have that. Really tough racing there in the back. I was having almost more fun watching the mirror than I was racing, but yeah, just a huge shout out to everybody watching. It was a really fun race, and can't wait for the next one, but I'm definitely craving a blooming onion coming up.
And with that being said, folks, we always poke fun at this. Similar to being, because he's a Kevin Harvick fan, we definitely tell you that every time that Mitchell Reeves wins Monday night, you can go up and pick up a blooming onion out at Outback Steakhouse. Just don't tell them we sent you. Fortunately, it won't be for free either. But congratulations here tonight, Mitchell. Coming up next week, we got 5 flags the next to last week. Really making a statement here in this Loose Lug Nut series, and we're going to catch you for the final 2.
Yeah, we're going to try to be here. I mean, we want to keep this roll going. We were definitely coming here. It's been a lot of fun racing, a lot of hard racing, especially that. But we're going to try to be there and try to finish it out strong. We're not in it for points, but we're going to come here and race these points leaders like it's nothing, and we're going to try to win every race we can. We're just going to run hard and run clean, but you just want to give you a couple shout outs real quick to definitely Over the Top the paint designs. John Hedrick has made a lot of my paint skins. Unfortunately, I'm not running one of his tonight, but definitely go check him out at under John Hedrick on Trading Paints, or his Facebook page at Over the Top Paint and Designs. Southeast Motorsports with Nick Reynolds and Wesley, they had a great showing tonight. Brian Tribble was with us tonight too. They had some great showing, just a little bit of tough luck there at the end. And Digital Forge Broadcasting, you guys kick butt, mainly just not guys, just Dustin Caldwell. You got a lot of awesome things coming on, and it is just exploded here in the last year. Can't wait till it's going to happen in the next year or two, just that. So,
well, congratulations, and thanks for the words, Mitchell. We'll look forward to seeing you next week at 5 Flag Speedway.
Southeast Motorsports out.
There you have it, folks. What a night. An all-star night and some all-star race action here tonight at Iowa. We've had the top 10 up there on the screen, but let's go ahead and do a rundown here tonight of the results. Mitchell Reeves, just talking with him, picks up victory. Keith Haney, the 071, comes in second. The number 4 of Wes Holland, the 22 of Brian Tribble, and the 038 of Dustin Covington, rounding out your top 5. Jason Covington, Brian Heights, Ted Quinsel, James Haney, and Johnny Smith, the Driven Motorsports teammate, rounding out your top 10. Looking on back, Brian Bizzle, Justin Harper, Jeff Wood, Daniel Haney, Craig Covington, Nick Reynolds, Wes Whitfield, Niles Clyde, Billy Wise, Travis Zudema through 20, Wayne Galloway, Charles Lahr, Ryan Coop, John Hedrick, and Danny Lawson will round out the field here at Iowa. Final shout out to the sponsors of the night. We talked about them, racegear.com. Great article, great gear, race gear. Find them on the web at racegear.com. The Wise Guys, Billy Wise's band, great rock and roll music. Check those guys out on the web, and as also check out Over the Top Paints and Designs for some great paint schemes. If you need it today, check them out on Facebook, Over the Top Paints and Designs. That pretty much concludes racing here tonight. We got a lot of great racing coming up Monday night. It's going to be the sprint cars, the JSRL, J-Skin, Sim Racing League. 360 Sprints will have their championship feature at Irwindale. Tune in Monday night at 9:45 for that action. That's going to do it for us here at Iowa this Friday night. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there, and we thank you for tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks, and we'll see you Monday night.